Welcome to the Kali channel. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Kali. Thanks for tuning in and joining. I'm going to be doing something a little different for those of you who've been with me. If you're new here, make sure you take a minute, check out my channel. You can see there's a recurring theme and that it's pretty random. And of course, today is going to be no exception because I am going to be doing some reviews of different oracle and tarot decks that I have just invested in, and I will be basically doing the review with a little mini read. So this should be fun and interesting, and you guys will have to let me know in the comments below if it resonates or what with you. Alright, awesome. Alright, so in honor of the shadow work that everyone has been doing, myself included, the first deck I am going to be doing is called the Dark Mirror, and it is a deck done by Ricardo Minith and Laura Sava. Okay? Ricardo Minith and Laura Sava, and I will be putting a link in the description below. For those of you who like the deck, like the reading, want to purchase the deck, the link for this deck will be in the description box below. Alright, so without further ado, let's get started. Alright, for those of you who have never had a reading before, it's very simple. I'm going to invite you now just to close your eyes, and you can think to yourself about setting the intention to allow this reading to show you something that may be hidden or that maybe needs your attention. Alright, the shadow self is these hidden parts of ourselves or these suppressed parts of ourselves that we forgot about in attempts to run away from pain, ease our mind. Also, this is the part of us that carries all of our baggage. So now is the time that, as I said, our dark side is coming to light. So we must be lovingly compassionate and embrace it. So you can set the attention to see what needs to be seen. Alright, and with that, I'm going to invite you to take 3 deep breaths. Alright, if you have yet to finish your 3 deep breaths, you can go ahead and pause this and resume. So what I have here is 3 different cards, alright? We have pile 1, we have pile 2, and pile 3. Or rather, card 1, card 2, card 3, because they're not going to be piles today. I'll be doing piles, but not today. Alright? So once you pick your card, stay tuned and we will go ahead and read what the book has to say so you can get a feel for the whole deck incomplete. Alright? So I will be putting the timestamps below, card 1, card 2, card 3. And I'll meet you at your card. Alright, if you chose the first card, the card is Peaceful Among Thorns. It's the 26th card in the deck, and it is, what I think is cool about this deck is that it gives you the moon phase that it correlates with. So this is the first quarter moon and the stage of acceptance. And the message that the book has given is this: the spiritual can't solve the material, but it can transcend it. And the visual seed you have is a futuristic monk, his skin crossed by small circuitry, meditates in the lotus position. An 8-pointed star inscribed within a circle is at his back, like thorns piercing the air. A golden lotus aura envelopes his body. The sentence is: coexistence of the material and spiritual is the human way to enlightenment. All right, and the message this card brings: we talk too much about spiritual stuff. Spiritual that, spiritual this. Not that the spiritual side isn't important, especially in an age where everything seems reduced to materialistic drive. But aren't we going too much to the other side? I have a money problem. Go spiritual. I have a health problem. Go spiritual. I have a love problem. Think of the true love and go spiritual. I want to have sex. Go spiritual. If we were truly able to solve problems like this, what is spiritual would have been sold in grocery stores. Sometimes to solve money problems, you need money. And to solve love problems, you just need to do it. Strange, but true. Getting spiritual is not what solves our problems. It is what gives depth to our solutions. It makes them meaningful. It takes us from the small to the wide, from the river to the ocean. But sometimes we are not ready to make it our center, and therefore, it's perfectly fine if we do not. So basically, this card is saying that spirituality cannot solve everything. We are both spiritual and physical beings, and in order to honor our physicality, we have to honor our human nature and what we desire on a primal level. Obviously to a reasonable extent, but we have survival, and when our survival needs are not being met, we tend to go a little crazy. And New Age spirituality will have us all thinking that it can solve all of our problems, but some of our problems, as the book said, need to be solved by really getting into our body and doing something physical about it. All right, so that was the first card, and I'm going to be moving on to the second. All right, for those of you who chose the second card, which would have been the card to the right, the card that is being shown today is the 25th card, Fated to Suffer. Alright, so if you notice there, we have the moon, right here, the moon cycle that this card is depicting, and it is the waxing gibbous, and it is the stage of depression. Feeling confident into a script forced by others and never really fought, heading toward a destination of pain. Alright, so this is the message the card brings, alright? You may be feeling confined into a script, forced by others and never really fought, heading toward a destination of pain. Alright, so the visual seed that we are shown here is, in the confines of a foggy forest, a mishapped woman hands a green and red apple to a young woman with red lips, dressed as a servant. The sentence we want to pay attention to is, if you know the future, you forsake your choices. Only with no fate, life is free to unfold into unknown shores. And I'm glad it said this because these cards don't tell the future. All right, they tell possible outcomes. We create the future with every choice we make in every moment. All right, so the message that this card wants to bring to your attention is, once upon a time, we believed in fairy tales. They were the voice of common sense, the educational tool which prepared us to duty, danger, and morals. Some things we would never accept if they were told by a single voice. So the world arranges us to hear them with 1,000 voices, 1,000,000 voices. It's about what you can do and what you can't do. What are you worth? What can you aspire to be? It's about what you like, what you want, what you hold dear. It creates a script which becomes as strong as all the voices that believe that script combined, so much that you cannot see another path. Are you truly seeing now white in the card? Are you seeing Snow White? Is this story truly the only one that this image can tell? What if the apple is not poisoned? What if the witch is not evil? Is that the same at what you look at in your life? Is it truly what you think it is? Are there not any other options? Is the opinions of others honestly better than ours, even if they are many and we are only one? Are you fated to suffer? It is not that there is no suffering in the world. The point is that there is no fate. And wow, this is a beautiful card because a lot of people say we're fated this, we're fated that. And the truth is we control our life. We control the decisions and we control how we feel. And how we feel attracts what we experience. So basically, the card is saying, if you're paying attention to all the miserable things in life, that's what you're going to experience. But that doesn't have to be the way you live. If you look for beauty and you see the beauty in life, the beauty is what you'll experience. It really is up to you. Perspective is everything, and how you view the world, how you view reality, is ultimately going to be the reality that you experience. So this card is beautiful because it reminds us that perspective is everything. Perspective is everything, and I can tell you from experience, perspective is everything. I used to be a very miserable person, and all I saw around me in the world was misery. And then I learned about quantum mechanics and how thought affects everything around us, because thought is energy and we are energy. And so I started to change the way I thought and feel and saw the world around me. I chose to see beauty and love and compassion, and that is what I would experience. So we can change our reality by changing ourselves, not by changing anything in the world around us. I didn't do that. I just changed myself and the way I thought and the way I felt. So you can do that too. All right. For those of you who chose card number 3, what your shadow is trying to bring to your attention is the temple of your body. Card number 2, the temple of my body. So if you notice here, we have the moon phase that this card correlates with, which I think is really cool. It is the first quarter phase, and it is the stage of depression. All right, and this is the message or the keywords the card speaks to us. I feel I am not worth enough, all right? So if you are currently feeling that you are not worth enough, this is what the card would like you to know. The visual seed is a succubus-like creature with claws resembling nails, holding a very thin silver chain, and the pendant on it appears like a crimson tear of blood. So yeah, you can see she's holding a chain. The sentence we want to pay attention to is, "My body is the temple of my soul. It has no secrets to me." Alright, so this card wants to bring to our attention that it is about darkness in the body. Culture can make us take distance from what is our corporality. So many religions and customs, for instance, demonize sex in many different ways, lacing it with guilt as an assassin could lace food with poison. On the other side, we are collaborators in cheapening our body, hiding it, being ashamed by it, selling it, giving it away for nothing. It happens when we accept an abusive relationship, when we refuse to respect the body of another, or simply when we do things like be too lazy to eat healthy. Our body is a temple. It cannot be defiled. We can take a shower, raise our chin, feel proud. It is our body, ours. Wow. So I think this card is trying to say how you treat yourself is basically how you're going to treat the world around you, all right? It's hard to take care of others if you're not taking care of yourself. And if you're someone who doesn't know your worth, it's very likely that you do things that sabotage you or hurt you in different ways, and your body gets the brunt of this behavior. You know, we poison our bodies, we shame our bodies, we hate our bodies, and our body feels all of that. All right, our body is almost like its own energy, separate from our mind. Our body is conscious and aware. And many like to say, "Oh, I'm not my body." Well, you may not be your body, but your body is definitely you. All right, your mind is the captain of the ship. It can steer. But if you're not taking care of your body, you're not taking care of your ship. And don't forget about your crew. A captain can't sail a ship without his crew. So the crew would be all of the pieces of you, the organs, the part that makes up the ship. All right, so if you're not being kind to your body, then your body is not going to be very kind to you. So just remember to take good care of our body. And that wraps up, all right, that wraps up this card review for The Dark Mirror by Ricardo Mineth and Laura Sava. Basically, I just read what the book said so you can get a feel of the card and the book, how they write. Overall, I think it's a pretty cool deck. I've been using it for a little while and it always is spot on. So if you like the deck, I'm going to be putting a link in the description below where you can purchase the deck. I ordered it on Amazon. I actually got it the next day. It came very fast. And I've been using it for a little while. I really love it. So either you can buy the deck yourself, or you could even purchase a reading, a more in-depth reading from yours truly. And I will be putting my information below where you can contact me to get that reading. All right, so again, let me know in the description, in the comments below what you thought. Like the video, share the video. yeah, and I will see you next time. Also, you can subscribe to the video. I'm going to be doing some free giveaways to people who take initiative and share and also get subscribers. So I will be giving more information about on that in the next video. Thank you again for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed The Dark Mirror by Ricardo Minith and Laura Sava. All right, take care.